Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Brad Bond, in for Phil Gallagher this week. Also joining me on the broadcast are BNews Director Rich Hosford, BNews reporters Tad Stefanek, Chris Flaherty, John Vias, and we've got Peter Brown on weather and Maddie Shipka with the community calendar. To the news. The Board of Selectmen voted 5-0 in favor of sending a letter to the Joint Committee on Professional Licensure in the State House, urging members to reject a request for additional liquor licenses that was approved by town meeting last fall. On September 24th of last year, town meeting voted by a large majority to approve a home rule petition to the state for 9 site-specific liquor licenses for the Burlington Mall that property owner Simon Properties said were necessary to make the planned renovation of the former Sears and Sears Auto Center successful. In the lead up to town meeting, members of the Board of Selectmen met with representatives from Simon to discuss concerns they had about that number of liquor licenses. They cited public safety issues and concerns that too many new restaurants with liquor licenses would harm existing establishments both at the mall and in the area around it. Selectmen said they countered with 5 licenses, with the possibility of more in the future if they were deemed necessary. When it became clear that Simon was going to hold to its request for 9 licenses, the board voted only 2 in favor, with 3 against, recommending that town meeting approve the request. Town meeting, however, voted to approve, and a letter expressing the will of the town's legislative body was sent to the State House. Upon receiving the letter, State Rep. Ken Gordon and State Senator Cindy Friedman filed a bill to request the new licenses. That bill is now in the hands of the Joint Committee on Professional Licensure. I'll get that eventually. On Monday, July 15th, during the board's meeting, the issue of the bill for the licenses came up for discussion. Selectman Bob Hogan said he felt the board had been left out of the loop on the bill and the process with the state legislature. Other members said they agreed that they did not like how the process was handled and that 9 additional licenses might be too many. They voted to send the letter urging the licenses not be approved by the state. When asked if he thought the Board of Selectmen was undermining a vote of town meeting, moderator Bill Byer said he did. He argued that the Board of Selectmen's role is to implement what town meeting tells it to implement and not to go against the will of the town's legislative body. He added that he was absolutely incensed by the move. Members of the board are scheduled to attend a meeting at the State House next week to talk to the committee about the licenses. There is a lot to this story, including details of the letter that you can read in greater length on our website at bcattv.org/bnews. And the second annual Battle of the Badges blood drive between the Burlington Police and Fire Departments to support the American Red Cross took place in the Human Services Building this week. BNews Director Rich Hosford was there and has this to report.
There was a competition between the Burlington Police and Fire Departments in the Human Services Building on Wednesday that ended in blood. Blood donations, that is. It was the second annual Battle of the Badges blood drive to benefit the American Red Cross and everyone who might be in need of a blood transfusion due to injury, surgery, or ongoing medical necessity. During the drive, donors could choose to either give blood in the name of the fire department or the police department, and the winning agency walked away with this trophy and bragging rights. Last year it was won by the police, and with little time left when this was taped, it appeared they were going to win again. But whichever team had more votes, it is those who need donations that really won. It's a friendly competition to drive up interest in donations, and, according to our Red Cross representative, it worked.
Today's gone very well. We were really busy the first couple hours. We're gonna collect at least 45 units, which is it's a great day for blood donations.
Blood donations this time of year are particularly important. Normally donations drop in the summer while the rates of injuries due to outdoor activities rises.
Well, this time of year, we're always a little scarce on blood because we normally go to high schools and colleges throughout the year, and obviously, they're not there in the summertime, and people also go away on vacation, things like that. So there's just not as many donors as what we would normally get throughout the year, so the blood supply does tend to get a little lower.
Maybe a lot of people don't know, summertime there are more traumatic injuries. There are more car crashes, fireworks injuries. People are doing a lot more outdoor activities, they get hurt, and then they need blood.
Holding a competition to help the Red Cross and increase blood donations fits into the mission of police officers and firefighters who see firsthand how important having donations available can be during an emergency.
Yeah, police officers and firefighters, we actually see firsthand the need for blood. We run into people who are hurt in crashes, accidents, trauma. They have medical conditions. Every time a medical call comes in, it's the police and fire that will respond to that in Burlington. So we pretty much go to every call that comes into 911, and we can see firsthand people who need help.
And blood donations are not just needed during emergencies. Some people on blood thinner medications need regular transfusions, and many times surgeries require them as well.
I think it makes a bigger difference than most people ever realize, because most people are thinking there's a big car accident or something like that, something traumatic, but they don't really think about the daily surgeries that go on every day.
Lori said the Red Cross is thankful to the Burlington Police and Fire Departments for holding the Battle of the Badges blood drive, and they, in turn, are thankful to everyone who came out, whichever team they decided to support.
Yeah, we're fine. If you wanted to help the fire department, we get a lot of, hey, I feel bad for them because the police are beating you so badly, and that's fine. We'll take that. In the end, whoever wins, it's great to have the blood donors come out, and especially this time of year. We really appreciate them coming out.
From the Human Services Building, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
Thanks, Rich. What a great event. Well, drivers in Burlington may soon have a new place to stop and get an oil change while they wait in their vehicle. Henley Enterprises was before the Board of Appeals seeking 2 bylaw variances for a Valvoline oil change facility at 118 Cambridge Street. Henley is looking to demolish the existing building and replace it with a brick veneer structure similar to Henley's Valvoline locations in Woburn and Arlington. The applicant is seeking relief from a pair of bylaws, the first for a dumpster pad with fence. The board questioned the need for a variance on a dumpster pad, to which attorney Thomas Murphy replied the applicant believes it's better safe than sorry due to the permanency of the structure. The property is located in a water resource district for which the bylaw pertaining to impervious surface applies. Under the bylaw, not more than 60% of the property can be impervious, and this application is at 64.7%. Murphy pointed out that currently the property is 82% impervious, so this would be a reduction. The applicant also said that they recognize the site as one of the gateway properties into town and plan on putting in clusters of shrubs and trees and planting beds along the entrances and along the parking lot. The Board of Appeals voted to approve both variances by a vote of 5-0-0. Towards the end of summer 2018, it was announced 2 of Burlington's religious houses, St. Malachy's and St. Margaret's, would merge into one parish under the name of the Burlington Catholic Collaborative. Last month, this change went into effect under the direction of the parish's newly appointed pastor, Father James Mahoney. BNews reporter Chris Fairley went to see how the collaboration is working out and has this report.
Last year, it was announced that St. Malachy's and St. Margaret's of Burlington would merge into one parish, known as the Burlington Catholic Collaborative. The collaborative is now in place, with Father James Mahoney taking over as pastor. From Lowell, Massachusetts, Mahoney has overseen parishes in Watertown, Brockton, and the South Shore before coming to Burlington.
It's been good so far. I have to tell you, the people have been very welcoming to me, as well as to my newly ordained priest. We have a brand new newly ordained priest. His name is Father Marco Lanik. He was just ordained in May, and this is his very first assignment as a priest. And people have been wonderful in welcoming him, and it's a joy to see such a young priest growing in his priesthood. And this is going to be a particular joy for our 2 parishes to watch this young man grow in his priesthood.
Many communities like Burlington have merged their parishes into a collaborative. Father Mahoney went on to explain the logistics behind such a transition.
Part of the reasons is, the first and foremost reason is for evangelization, to pool all the resources so that you can evangelize and bring Christ to the community. That's such an important aspect of it. But a very practical aspect of it is that our numbers in the priesthood are declining, and they're really declining rapidly. And so there isn't another way that we could possibly accommodate all the needs of all the parishes by having single pastors at every single parish. It just can't accommodate that any longer. So they're grouping parishes together, and priests are then being called to pastor 2 different parishes. It's different. It's a double responsibility, the double size of everything. You're kind of running back and forth. You feel like a ping pong ball, to be perfectly honest, going from one place to the other. But so far, at least here in Burlington, for my short time since I've arrived here, people have been very open to coming together and to working together as a community of faith.
With the collaborative still in its early stages, parish councils are still meeting to create a plan accommodating to the clergy and community of both St. Malachy's and St. Margaret's.
Nobody likes change. I've often said the only people who like change are babies and wet diapers. So, but other than that, it's going to be a little difficult because some people are going to say, "Oh, with the mass schedule change down in the future, that's my mass. How could you take that away from me, whatever?" But over the course of a very short period of time, people get used to it, and people really become open to the possibility of working together.
As the Burlington Catholic Collaborative continues to grow, Father Mahoney expressed his hope that people are able to come together in faith, building a stronger community.
That they'll be able to deepen their own faith and their own commitment to the Lord, so that having a real deep commitment to the Lord, they themselves will be able to be really His disciples in mission, to bring forth more people into the community, to worship Him, to celebrate God's love and His grace among us.
Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly.
Thanks, Chris. Well, the Burlington Educational Summer Theater Program has been coaching aspiring young actors over the past 11 years. This year's production is Frozen Junior, based on the classic Disney animated feature. BNews reporter John Vias went to the rehearsal and has this look.
The Burlington Educational Summer Theater, or BEST program, is wrapping up its 11th season for another spectacular show, Frozen Junior. I paid a visit to the Fogelberg Auditorium during one of their rehearsals to speak with cast members, along with the BEST program's executive director, John Middleton Cox.
And we're excited to bring Frozen Junior to life here on the stage. We started off where we did Annie our first year. And we have 64 kids in the cast. We've got high school kids as counselors. We have a full staff. And it's a 3-week program. Starts in July 8th this year and culminating with the production of Frozen Junior. We also have a workshop program that goes for younger students, grades 1 to 5. And they're either a 1 or 2 week program.
Frozen, the popular 2013 animated feature film from Disney, has recently made its way onto Broadway, and the BEST program couldn't wait to bring the land of Arendelle to the Fogelberg stage.
Frozen is one of those shows that just became available. So it was on, originally, of course, it was a cartoon movie, then it was a Broadway production, and then they released a junior version. But I think it's heartwarming for the whole family, and so it's a great message for everybody. But we're always looking for what's going to be the next show, and when you have new shows come out that are really popular, then you want to grab onto those.
So I play Elsa, and she is the older sister of Anna, and she's becoming the Queen of Arendelle. And she has ice powers, but she needs to hide it away ever since she hurt Anna, her sister. So she just hides it away. But then in the song Let It Go, she realizes that it's okay just to let it go.
Well, and some people interpret it that Elsa is somebody who may have somebody who doesn't quite fit into society. So a lot of people feel drawn to her because she has to overcome fitting in and her differences and her different abilities. So that can be really powerful.
Anna's just really loud and outgoing and just happy. Well, for the most part. And she's just friendly.
The cast all spoke on their experience with the BEST program.
This is my 4th year, and I really like doing the shows here just because, everyone is so supportive and excited about all doing a show together.
It's really, my favorite part of the summer. It's a get-together with a bunch of people that I know and a bunch of friends, and it's just really awesome.
I think it is really fun, and it's honestly really amazing to just have fun with everyone, just having fun playing games and making a show the exact same time.
It's just such a welcoming atmosphere, and I love everyone here, including the directors, choreographers, and the singing director.
Frozen Junior will be playing at the Fogelberg Auditorium at Burlington High School Friday, July 26th at 7 p.m. and again on Saturday, July 27th at 2 p.m. For tickets, call 781-AFUN-TICK. or visit burlingtontheater.com. From the Fogelberg Auditorium at BHS, I'm John Vias, reporting for BNews.
I know you can. I'll help you. And for the first time in forever, such a boy you have to be.
Very cool. Thanks, John. The Town of Burlington Department of Public Works is trying to save you money and water. In 2010, the DPW replaced the water meters for most residences and businesses with smart meters connected to radio transmitters that deliver water use information to the DPW. Within 24 hours of continuous water use, when it's detected, the account is flagged in the DPW system and the resident or business is notified. Burlington residents are notified by letters from the DPW with a graph showing the usage. The graph is not the measure of how water is being billed, but shows excessive use, which can mean the house may have a leak in the plumbing or in the toilet. The leak may not be one you can hear or see with water on the floor. Because of that, DPW suggests residents not ignore these notices, but instead take remedies to find or fix the leak. Failing to do so could result in a very high water bill. Reading letters from the Town of Burlington Department of Public Works can possibly save you money, and it does help with water conservation. Well, ventriloquist Kevin Driscoll entertained children and parents at the Burlington Public Library as part of their Summer Reading a Universe of Stories activities. BNews reporter Tad Stefanek was there and has this look.
The Burlington Public Library is in full swing with summer reading activities. Getting out of the heat, the BPL drew a crowd for some special guests.
Hi, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Well, we're here at the Burlington Public Library. We have a show, and it's called Space, a Universe of Stories. Yeah.
With a host of characters, kid volunteers, and some reluctant parents, Kevin Driscoll Productions put on a musical and interactive performance. I asked how Kevin and his co-star Jerry met.
eBay? Yeah, because he doesn't have any money. Hi. I've done a lot of research, and now I know that in ventriloquism, there's the difference between ventriloquist and mutual fund bond. You know the difference between a ventriloquist and a mutual fund bond? A mutual fund bond eventually matures and starts making money. Yeah!
The show included every parent's dream. A room full of kids banging on percussion instruments. At least they got it out of their system. The Burlington Public Library has a summer full of summer reading activities, so be sure to check out their website.
Okay, for BNEWS Weekly, I'm Jerry. Bye for now. Bye.
Tad. Chief Michael Kent said in a release that he is pleased to report that Lieutenant Kevin Cooney and Officer Vito Costa attended a National School Safety Symposium. From Sunday, July 7th through Wednesday, July 10th, Lieutenant Cooney and Costa attended the National School Safety Symposium in Thornton, Colorado. Officer Costa serves as an alternate school resource officer at the Burlington Public Schools. The symposium began with a visit to the Columbine Memorial and featured presentations on topics including creating safe schools, building a safe school climate based on the U.S. Secret Service's criteria, threat assessment inside a large district, proactive prevention steps school communities can take, and healing and moving on after a tragedy. Speakers at the symposium included survivors of school shootings, parents of school shooting victims, a hostage negotiator, a threat assessment coordinator, law enforcement representatives, and other school safety professionals. The symposium was hosted by the I Love You Guys Foundation, an organization that advances school safety by connecting school administrators with law enforcement officials to handle critical events and emergencies. Founded by John Michael Keyes, whose daughter Emily was fatally shot in the Platte Canyon, Colorado high school shooting. Emily's final text to her father before being killed was, "I love you guys." This is the fourth year the Burlington Police Department has sent officers to the training. Well, in our series, Who Works for Burlington? We talk to town employees not often in the spotlight. Up this time is Parks and Recreation Department's Assistant Program Coordinator, Jesse Hampson. Let's take a look.
In our quest to bring you the stories of town employees you may not see or hear from often, we present the next installment of Who Works for Burlington. This time up, we have Burlington Parks and Recreation Department's Assistant Program Coordinator, Jesse Hampson. Jesse has been with the town for almost 3 years now. She said she found a love for municipal recreation after working for her hometown's department as a teenager and after college.
Yeah, so I went to school. My background is in kinesiology. That's what my degree's in. And I originally was thinking about going into personal training, something like that. But I had work for my hometown recreation department in the summers while I was going to school, and I just really liked it. So once I graduated from college, I went back and went full-time to my recreation department and kind of worked my way up like that.
The role of assistant program coordinator keeps her on her feet, Jessie said, explaining that she wears many hats in the department.
It's so varied what I do. We plan programs from youth all the way to seniors, so a typical day could be anything from helping. Just the other day we had a leak in our ceiling and I found myself having to carry massive Lego creations upstairs so that the kids could continue building. Or just, making sure going to our pickleball program, making sure that the nets are tight and that kind of thing. It's always something different. And in the winter, it's a lot of planning, kind of office work, and then in the summer, spring, always out and about at the programs and making sure everything's running smoothly.
So how does the Parks and Recreation Department decide which programs to offer in any given year?
Different ways. I mean, community feedback is big. If a community member says that they think something might be a good idea, we look into it. We did a community needs survey about a year ago, so we look at that and what people said in that. And then we also look at what other towns are doing. So if we see a special event that another town's running, we'll go to it and check it out and see if it's something that we think might be a good fit for our community.
With so many different programs and events, I asked her if she had a personal favorite.
I like our family fishing festival. That's one because I think it's really wholesome, and it's just a great day for the family to come out fishing. A lot of kids haven't done it before; they get to learn. And then I would say Trucktober is my second favorite. It's our food truck event. It's only ran for a couple of years, so we're trying to grow it. But that's another one that I like.
Finally, I asked what she hears from the community regarding the Burlington Parks and Recreation's programs and events.
I think it's positive. It's overwhelmingly positive. I mean, of course, there's always, people who think that we can do certain things better, but in general, I think the community really supports recreation, and they like the programs we offer, and they like having us in the town, and they see what we do, and they're thankful for it. And they show that too, so we're thankful for the town supporting us so much.
Now you know who works for Burlington. We'll be back soon with another edition, so stay tuned.
Thanks, Rich. Well, do you have a bunch of old VHS tapes with family holidays, vacations, kids' birthdays, and gatherings? If so, they are likely starting to wear away, and even if they are in good condition, the devices to play them are becoming a thing of the past. The Burlington Public Library can help you save those memories in a modern way. They now offer the service of converting the materials on VHS tapes to digital format. Digitize your old VHS tapes into an MP4 file for use on Mac, PC, or mobile device. A notice from the library states, save your videos to a USB stick or hard drive, burn them onto a DVD, or even upload them to YouTube. Questions can be directed to the reference desk at 781-270-1691. Well, we go now to BNews meteorologist Peter Brown in our Weather Center for the latest forecast, and we'll check out the community calendar with Maddie Shipka to see what's happening in Burlington.
Well, hello everyone, and this is Peter Brown with a look at your weather for the next 7 days, and I hope you all survived the absolutely sweltering temperatures that we saw here in the Burlington area over the past week. We got pretty close to that high that we were predicting of 100 on Saturday, and the humidity was off the charts. And hopefully, if you were down on the Cape this past Monday, you avoided the tornado that they had in South Yarmouth and Dennis. Now, tornadoes are pretty rare in southern New England to begin with, but even rarer on the Cape. So we had some really hot and really wild weather, and we are finally taming it down. Now, starting out our period on Thursday, look at this. We're going to actually be at average. Hopefully, we're going to be, right where we should be for high temperatures and right where we should be for low temperatures. So really perfect weather starting out our period. Nice and dry, temperatures in the mid-80s, and if you're going out at night, temperatures in the low to mid-60s. So really pleasant out there. Again, we're going to be far away from these record highs that we saw last week here in the Burlington area. And look at this as we head out towards the end of the period. Hard to believe that we are looking at the very end of July. Now, our average temperatures, again, staying steady at this time of the year in the mid-80s as they are going to start to go down as we head down into August. And of course, as you notice, the days are getting actually noticeably shorter now at this time. So we know that that's definitely a sign that we are heading towards the latter half of the summer. Now, as we go ahead, let's take a look at what we're going to be expecting for the next 7 to 10 days in terms of precip and temperatures. And right here, look at this. This is something we have not seen too much of here in the Burlington area and the rest of southern New England over the past really 6 to 8 months. We're expecting drier than average conditions here in our area. So if you have any plans, you're going away anywhere around New England or down to the mid-Atlantic, looks like we're going to have some sunny weather and very dry. Looks like, in fact, the only places that are going to be seeing above average precipitation may be up and out towards the west. As we go ahead, we're going to take a look at that outlook for temperatures, too, for the next week or so. And again, this is going to be nothing really surprising. Looks like up in our area, we have the chance of seeing some above average temperatures again. And that's going to be reflected when we take a look at our temperatures in a few moments here. Now, if you're going down south, of course, going down to Florida, if you're down southern Florida, it looks like it's going to be above average, pretty hot down there, but actually pretty cool for this time of the year in the south. And of course, the heat out towards the west if you're heading out towards California. Now, as we go ahead, let's take a look at some of those weather and temps that we're expecting for the next 7 days here in the Burlington area. And again, starting on our period, look at this. Starting Thursday and going all the way out to the start of the next work week. Really just a couple of fair weather clouds here and there. Really great sunny skies, dry weather. Now, as we head on towards the weekend, the temperatures are gradually going to bump up into the low 90s again. So it looks like the heat is going to be on as we head towards the end of the period here in the Burlington area. And in fact, by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday, looked like at the time when we put our forecast together that we were going to see a kind of strong cold front coming through the area, bringing us some cooler temperatures. But we might have to bump these temperatures up too, up into the upper 80s to low 90s again. So some really fair weather. Again, Tuesday looks like the only day where we might see a little bit of maybe some light showers and a couple of rumbles of thunder as a weaker cold front tries to make it through here. But it looks like we're going to have some beautiful conditions as we head towards the end of July. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the summer weather, and have a great week.
I'm Maddie Shipka, and this is your Community Calendar. He was the boy who lived. On Monday, July 29th, King's Bowling on 3rd Ave will be having a Harry Potter trivia night at 7 p.m. Everyone is welcome for trivia. For more information, visit kings-de.com/Burlington or call 781-238-4400. Enchantment is in the air. On Thursday, August 1st, from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having a magic show with Scott Jameson. Everyone is welcome and the event is free. For more information about the magician, visit scottjameson.com. Get ready for a fun-filled day for children and parents of all ages. On Saturday, August 3rd, the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department will be having the annual town event, Celebrate Burlington, on the town common. There will be games, activities, and much more. Everyone is welcome. For a full list of events and more information, visit burlingtonrecreation.org or call 781-270-1695. I'm Maddie Shipka, and this has been your Community Calendar.
And in the latest Parks and Rec review, we join Parks and Recreation Director Brendan Egan as he talks with staff members at Club Simons about all the fun summer activities offered to children at Simons Park.
Welcome back for another edition of the Park and Rec Review. This week we're coming to you from Simons Park, so we thought we'd give you a little behind-the-scenes look at what goes on at Simons Park each week. We'll feature the wading pool and the Club Simons program, which is one of the most popular of our summer programs. So let's get started and meet some of the people that make Simons Park what it is today. All right, we're here with Summer Program Coordinator Jason Bono. Jason, how's the summer going for you?
It's going great. You know, we're having a beautiful, beautiful day today. We're through the heat wave. The rain is gone. It's sunny. It's cool. It's going wonderful.
What are the kids doing on a daily basis?
We got a rotating schedule of parks, wading pool, dodgeball, groups, arts and crafts. They got everything going on here. Anything your kid could want to do, Club Simons does it.
Awesome. That's great. So let's go meet with Holly and Morgan and see what's going on today at Club Simons. Okay, we're here with Morgan Walker, one of the directors at Club Simons. Morgan, how's it going?
Very good so far today. We're having a great day and it's beautiful out, so we can't complain.
All right, I know you and Holly Cullinan are co-directing the program this year. New, first time, two directors. That's going all right?
Yes, actually, really, really well. I think we bring out the best in each other. It's very yin-yang. We can split all the tasks we have to do, so we're able to be outside more and see the kids more. It's been going really, really well.
Good. So what do we have going on behind us today?
Well, we got kids getting ready for the pool right here. Oh, some crocodiliomai, if you will. We got tie-dye drying over on the fence. So just a regular day here at Club Simons. We have a lot of fun.
That's awesome. We're going to try to catch up with Holly and see what she has to say about this dynamic duo you guys have going on. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. It was great to talk to you.
All right, we've caught up with the elusive Holly Cullinan. It took us a while to corral you, Holly, but we got you.
I'm very busy here at Simons. We've got a lot to do with a full 105 participants, plus our inclusion kids with modified Club Simons, and we always have a wait list, and we're happy with that.
This is the first year we have co-directors at Club Simons. Morgan told us it's working great. I know it's working great. Everybody's happy. How is it working for you?
It's been fantastic. I think that we've been able to accomplish a lot more with the two of us. I think that it's a really great partnership Morgan and I have. We've been working at Simons together for, I think it's been 4 or 5 years, the two of us together, even as regular staff to unit leaders and now co-directors. I think we're a really great balance.
Excellent. Holly, thank you for joining us, and we'll be back in a minute to wrap things up from Simons Park. All right, coming to you from the waiting pool at Simons Park. I guess I've cleared the place out getting in here, but I'm hoping you got a little insight on what goes on at Simons Park every day here in Burlington. We have a great staff that really cares not only about the programs going on, but the care of the park. So until next week, stay cool, and we'll see you on another edition of the Park and Rec Review.
Well, another week, another photo to highlight. This week's photo features a Burlington youngster having some fun at the Burlington Public Library. It was sent in by Sandra Verrier, who shows her 7-year-old son Nathan playing around with one of the yarn bomb decorations at the library. Sandra said Nathan enjoyed doing the yarn bomb scavenger hunt and then staged this photo under the watering can. Perhaps Nathan was hoping it will help him grow a little taller. Well, hey, we'd like to see your photos. They could be of something you see around town, the weather outside your door, or even photos of your family members and pets. Whatever you think is interesting and would like to share. Email your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. Well, that does it for the news this week. Thanks for watching, and join us again next week for BNEWS Weekly.